Welcome to Poochie's Place. It's me, your host, Mo. Grab a drink. Let's chill, talk, and relax. Today is a very special day for me because it's my second interview. And I get to interview none other, none other than my mom, the author, publisher, editor-in-chief of Deep House Magazine, podcast, and radio host, Poochie's Place podcast, and Glam, Get Up with Glam show, Dawn, Monique, Edmond, BKA, Mommy. Oh. So, today, I'm like so excited, guys, because I get to interview my mom. Like, I'm in this seat. Ooh, let's see how this goes. Ready? Mom. So, how do you balance all of those titles? Author, publisher, radio host, podcast host, working woman. Because you still get up and go to work every day in all of these titles. I don't know. For real, I had to think about that. I never thought about it. I just juggle, I guess. I guess I juggle. I don't know. It has to be something that keeps you going. Like, even when you have those moments of, I take one of these darn hats off, because it has to be something about each and every one of those titles that keeps you focused and wanting to continue. Each one is different. So each reason is different. So for the publishing company, I don't work as hard for the publishing company as I do for the other things. And the publishing company is very important to me. I really want it to be successful, but I think that doing all the other things will come back to the publishing company. And my umbrella, which is the books and all that. That's the most important thing to me, to be honest with you. And I think that my hand being in all these other things will eventually go back to the publishing company, to the books, because the books is how it started. And the authors that I published for, that's the key. The key is the people that entrusted me with their work, and they confided in me to be able to write these stories and these books. I do memoirs, remember? So it's basically people trusting me with their personal business and having those kind of intimate conversations with me, and just trusting me to publish their work, right? And to do a good job. And I want them to be successful. And in order for them to be successful, everything that I have to do, it has to lead back to, that's not the only way they can be successful. Don't get me wrong. Yeah. You know, people could do their own thing, or they can promote their book, or they can, whatever they could do to bring attention to themselves to be successful or to make their book successful. But it's teamwork, basically. So I still got to be able to do my part. And I think that my part is to get eyes on a publishing company, which gets eyes on them and their work. So you said that you haven't really been into the publishing lately because of all the other hats you wear. Yeah, I can't do that. I can't write a book for something. Most of my things have been, that's why, the titles I have, it has my name on it as a co-author, because I literally helped author this book. And that takes a lot of time. You got to spend time, you got to have conversations with people. And some people, it's easier than others. Try writing a book for someone who has like such a great story, but every time they say it, they tell you the same thing over and over and over and over, the same story over and over and over and over again. So my job is it be taking a long time to get somebody to come and relax and just to be comfortable enough. And it's just a lot of work. I can't do that and do the other stuff. I can't do that and do the other stuff. All right. So I got to be confident in the body work that I have now to just say, let me just do this for now, let this go, and da-da-da-da. So that's why I can't do publishing and do that. Okay. So what's your non-negotiable self-care, I say practices that keep you grounded through it all. Well, I had to learn these things because I didn't always practice those late hours and working really hard until your body, but you just got to stop working. I kind of learned when to stop working. And I don't overwork myself. And I have to be, I'm really at this point, it depends on what you're talking about. What aspect of what I do are you talking about? Because when it comes to like um the magazine, I have a partner in that magazine that allows me to sit back and take a break. Okay. She allows me to she doesn't need she's good. It's about Angel. Like she's just great. So I could walk away from her, not walk away, but I can go, you know what, I ain't working today. I'm not working tomorrow. Even if Angel say the same thing, or I'm not saying that she just gets everything done on her own. She works hard. She gets stuff done. Okay. But we know how to get stuff done. And George too. Together. When it's time to get it done, we know how to get it done. So it makes me feel better to know that I have partners like that in that aspect. So I know how to relax from that. For me, in all my personal things, I'm just gonna. I'm okay with turning it off. It's me. I don't have nobody to answer to. I don't have nobody to hold me accountable. Not that I hold myself accountable, but I don't feel like I gotta work myself in the ground. Like I feel like I gotta like always show up for somebody else. I want to be the one to say I can't do it. I can't make it. I can't. That's stressful. You had that. That's just about stress. Yeah, that is. With someone that can't show up a lot. So, what was your aha moment that made you want to take leadership into your own hands with becoming the CEO of business company? Publishing company? Yeah. It's a lot of different things. It ain't a lot, but I had a couple of those. So the first one, the publishing company, I ain't got no aha I want to be a CEO. I just wanted to publish the book. I was I was trying to get like I don't know if I ever told you. I was asking agents because I did research about publishing and all that. Always research, and it was telling you need an agent, you need this. I'm like, oh, okay. So now I'm putting together this great letter because I know I'm a great letter writer, right? I can like sell myself, like I could do all these things, and I kept getting people rejecting me, and then I was taking it personal for a minute. I had like probably three, but I just took a little personal, right? I'm like, okay. And then as I did more research, I was like, oh, okay, so you need to figure out someone who it's not just, you can't just get any agent. It has to be someone who who is in the realm of what you're writing about. Okay. Yeah, yeah. Right. So and I was just finding people. Then I figured it out. Then I said, I tried it once. I don't know. I still got those rejection letters too. And yeah, it was, I think I got 5. But it was okay. And I had to learn. I kept doing it and researching. Then I started saying, well, you don't even know you're going to sell these books and you're going to pay somebody to, like, come on. You got to think better than that. You could do this. You know how to do this. This is what you do for somebody else. If they would have asked you, you would have figured out how to get it done. Figure out how to get it done for yourself. Right? Because if somebody would have came, I was a paralegal working at a law firm. If somebody would have came in there and said to my boss, and not just anybody, but my boss, I want to publish a book. He'd be like, oh, okay, call Dawn. And he'd be like, Dawn, this person want to publish a book. And I'm like, well, what the am I supposed to do? Yeah. I would have had to figure out how to get it done. So I figured out how to get it done for myself. Plus, I knew I wanted to write more. I thought I wanted to write more. Then I figured I could publish them all myself. Use my money that I would pay them and invest it into myself. Boom. Like how you think. Because not a lot of people would do that. I think they would still. First of all, it's cheaper. Yeah. It's cheaper when you invest in yourself. If you do the research, you gotta do the research. You gotta, know what you're doing. I just had the legal background. So it kind of helped me a little bit. And it's not as simple as it seemed. And I missed a couple of steps. Because financially I couldn't afford them. So I missed a couple of things. So when I got sued, I couldn't even get, I didn't have insurance. And I know I should have freaking insurance. Can't afford every damn thing. The damn business wasn't making no money. Insurance on Business insurance. Everybody should have that. That's so important, especially now in this culture that we live in. It's just so important. People just come at you for no reason. And if you had business insurance, at least you don't have to worry about these attorneys. Attorneys fees will break you. I'm going off on a tangent. I know we won't talk about that. But yeah. So I just learned those things from forming that business, and my mind just takes me all over. But that's good, because I want to know, how did you lead with both strength and compassion in your business? Strength is because you can't be weak. You can't be compassionate and weak, right? Because then you become a sucker. That you do. Right? So I can be compassionate. I can show empathy. I can be understanding, kind, all those things, but I can't be weak on top of all those things. Especially being a woman doing it. Being anybody doing it. True. But especially being a woman. But being anybody doing anything, like you can't be weak. So you can still be all those things and just have some type of, just be strong, resilient. So with starting a publishing company and going into radio and podcasting and being an editor-in-chief, what was your most unexpected challenges in building those? The radio, I wasn't even, if Glam would not have asked me, Glam, shout out to Glam. And I would not. I don't. Each thing I've done is because someone said to me you could. Glam was like, you could, radio. And she told me once. I don't think she realized that. She said to me, I remember when I watched you. You did a live about something, and I was like, that girl got it. She was like, she called me too. She was like, be Oprah. I said, Glam, get out of here. So she was like, I call you Mama Oprah. She was like, I'm gonna get you, and I was like, I'm gonna do something. You're gonna do something, and she asked me to do the radio. And it wasn't after, it was like a while after she called me and asked me about the radio. And I was like, she really did. Like, she was serious. And to know that somebody has that type of belief in you, kind of go past stepping and failing. And she taught me everything I know. She taught me everything. I just learned from her because I worked so closely with her. So I watched. She's been doing this for a long time. Right? So she knows things. Yeah. I don't have to imitate her. But I learned a lot of things from her. She's great. Yeah, so I learned from her. And then when it came to doing the magazine, Courtney B, shout out Courtney B. Y'all know Courtney B, he all up in the news. Courtney called me. Courtney asked me to help him put this magazine together. He had people helping him. And I don't know what happened. It was falling through. I don't know why. I don't even know why Courtney called me and asked me, but he did. I said, I'll do interviews. He said, what you mean? You wrote books. I said, yeah, but I don't interview people. He said, you interviewed them when you wrote the book for them. I said, well, damn, Courtney, you're absolutely right. I said, okay, I'll try it. So he set me up with Easy Block Captain. Easy Block Captain. That was my first interview. Oh yeah, I remember that one. Yeah, he was on the cover. And I was like, and he liked it. I was waiting for them to come back and say something about that interview. Well, I was like, oh, they gotta come back and say something. I ain't had nobody to edit. Like, I'm the editor. I'm the writer. I'm like, oh God, what did I do wrong? Like, come on, they gotta. I'll wait, and then his manager. I'm not sure which one it was, but he inboxed me and he liked the interview, and I was like, yeah, the interview. And then I knew I could do it. And then Courtney wasn't gonna be able to put the magazine out because whoever was doing the cover, I don't do graphics and all of that. That's not my thing. But Courtney said that whoever was doing the cover for him wasn't gonna do it. So now I don't know what happened. And he wasn't gonna be able to put the magazine out. I said, shit, lies you tell you putting it. I don't interview Easy Block. I said, I don't interview Easy Block. And my nephew was excited about that interview. And I'm like, and you gonna tell me you ain't putting it out? What you need me to do? So I ended up doing the interview. And a couple other people had did some things. I put it together. I put the cover. I formatted it, and we put it out. Yeah, okay. And then I did like 1 or 2. And I don't know how many I did. 2 or 3. I did L from the Artifacts. Day 1. I interviewed Courtney. I don't know who it was fun. Okay. It was fun. But when I had did it, I had promised, I had asked I was mad at Courtney. And I was like, I ain't doing this shit. My mama do what I want to do. I ain't doing what he tell me to do. Right. And my writing was a little different than what he was putting out. But he just made me mad. So I said, you know what? I'm going to do what I want to do. And I had asked people, I had started setting up interviews. Okay. And it fell through. I couldn't get the interviews because by then I did some. I did Big Sev. Well, Courtney got Big Sev. I did what's his name? He did my photos. Solid Bridge Productions. I can't remember his name. I'm so sorry, but I interviewed him. I've been following him ever since he did my commercial for In the Books Corp. I said, you know, I'm putting people in there that I want to spotlight. I want to put in there, and then I ain't writing for you no more. So yeah, I was mad at him, and I did that. So I've spotlighted a few people in the magazine that I wanted to, and I put ads for people. I did. I sure did. And then I started writing for Courtney. But he's still my friend. He's still my friend. I'm like, you Courtney. He's still my friend. He still called me. We still talk. He ain't mad at me. But the hip hop hero was no more. And then, but when I wanted to honor those two interviews, I reached out. I saw George doing Deep House magazine. So I was like, wow, I had asked, I still didn't do Viola Sykes, but I asked Gail Campbell and Viola Sykes about to interview them. And they both said yeah. And I was like, wow, they don't let me interview. Then I had no way to put the interview. So I asked George, he's putting out a magazine. I ain't know what my inbox is. Would you mind if I put an article in your magazine? He was like, sure. And I figured that it wouldn't because I wasn't thinking about putting them in it before. I was thinking about putting them in Hip Hop Pearl, but I wanted to do an edition of the Hip Hop Pearl that was house. Because I was mad at Courtney. I was going to do what I wanted to do, right? So I was going to do that because I used to go to Vicky Martin's parties all the time. And everybody was at Vicky Martin's parties. Baby Bobby and Aaron Grit, like they all perform at Vicky Martin's parties. And I was like, I'm finding a way to ask all of them. I interview them. And the first two people said, yeah, I never got to ask the other people. They probably would have said no anyway, but they ain't know me. I ain't know who I was. Vicky know me. You know, me and Vicky are really good friends, but they ain't know. And she said no. Vicky? No. Yep, she said no. And I was like, she said no. They said no. I ain't asking nobody. But I did. And Gail said yeah. And then Viola said yeah. But I didn't get to put Viola in. I don't know what happened. It was me. The procrastination because I didn't have a place to put it. I had to find. I just refused to give up. It took months before I found George to put them in there. Okay. So, but I did end up interviewing Gail, and George let me put it in that first magazine that he put out. And then he asked me would I be the editor of Juggling magazine. It's like my article, I guess. I don't know. I didn't really edit the first one because we didn't have that type of working relationship that we developed. Okay. We had to like develop that relationship. So it was like the second I started getting in and taking more control. Now, because I think the best way for any business to run, I talk a lot, right? I'm going all off track. But the best way for any business to run is when everybody stays in their lane. Mm-hmm. And because we all do different things, and I don't know what you do because that's not my job. That's not my forte. Mm-hmm. Right? And you don't know what I do because it's not your job. So you might think you do, and I might think I do. I might know the basics, but there are some things that I know nothing about that you do. Yeah. So communication. So it's communication, it's respecting each other's talents and positions. Mm-hmm. And that's what we were able to do with this magazine. I just love this magazine. I do. I love the business aspect of the magazine. And I love the magazine. The magazine is great. Yeah. But I love that we have been able to form a legit business and work together very well. Because a lot of people can't work together very well. Not at all. In any type of business. Yeah. There's a lot of egos that come into play, and I'm the boss, you're this, so on. But I want to take it back to your first book. What inspired your first book, Till the Break of Dawn? How did that shape you into the woman you are today? That first book makes me cringe. Wait, why does that make you cringe? I didn't think I was writing that book in the moment. Mm-hmm. And when I think about the we then now, it just makes me sad for me. To act like it. And I knew the whole thing, the whole time. And when I read the book, I go, you just knew you was gonna be here in this spot. You knew it the whole time. You said it here. Yo, the book was wrote in the moment. It was wrote in the moment. My feelings were like in the moment. The dumb shit. And now reading it, even in the moment, I knew some shit was dumb. I knew it because I'm stubborn. I'm like, ain't nobody gonna tell me what the fuck to do. Ain't nobody gonna like, like but it's still dumb. It's still dumb. Like, why am I in a space? Like, why are you in this space? Like, I should not have been in that space. I should have been somewhere minding my damn business. I should not have been in that space. I don't know why I was in that space. There's a reason for everything. It probably had nothing to do with me. The reason I was in that space, the reason I was taking care of doing the things I was doing and all that. Maybe it had nothing to do with me. I don't know. I think it was how caring you are. It was dumb. It is, but you are caring. Yeah, but it was dumb. It was dumb. Like, it was dumb. It was so. When I read that book, I be like, yo, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, why did you do that? Why did you keep going there why? Like, what did I do that for? Why did I do it? Who was I proving the point to? Why? It's one thing to want to help somebody. Listen, I'm not mad at myself for wanting to help somebody. I'm mad at myself for allowing, for accepting and putting myself in a line of fire. Like, why do you keep walking into this lion's den? Why do you keep walking in and letting people hurt your feelings? Like twerk on your fucking nerves, play in your face. Why do you keep doing this shit? Like, what are you proving? And part of me, I always do this. I don't care that you don't like me. It's not my problem. I'm still gonna say good morning to you. And guess what you're gonna do? You're gonna say good morning back. Right? Yeah. That's it. Now, the minute I say good morning to you and you don't say good morning back to me, I'm okay with that too. And I'm not gonna say no more. Now I know not to say good morning to you no more. I'm all right with that. It don't bother me. It don't bother. It's a mutual respect. Right? That's it. We just gotta respect each other. I'm showing up every day. Ain't nobody doing nothing to me. Yeah. The second I'm doing a job y'all don't want to do. So all you're gonna do is just, talk ish, but you still go home and be like, oh, Jesus, I'm glad she was good. I don't want to do that. I ain't get it. But how did that shape you to be the woman you are today? That situation. I mean, I learned, you learn things. I can't say I didn't learn anything. Would I do something like that again? I'm not to the extent, but I still help somebody. I'm not gonna never not help. I'm still the same person. I'm the same person. So it ain't really. I'm the same person. I would have probably did the same thing. I wouldn't do it under the same circumstance. Okay. So it's not like I would never help nobody if somebody needs my help. I'm the same person. I will do the same thing. I'll just move smarter. And I know that I don't have to be like engrossed in somebody's care. That's not my responsibility. And I understand what that means. And I know that people will allow you to do things that they don't want to do as long as you do it. Can't be mad at that. Yes. You can't be mad at that. Like, you really can't. I ain't mad at that. I ain't mad at it. I ain't mad at them for that. I ain't even my fight with them. My fight ain't. People say that all the time. Oh, you was doing something that they weren't gonna do. Yeah. I ain't mad at them because shit, if I needed somebody to like if they doing something I ain't gonna do, well, come on in here, girl, and let's get it done. I ain't even mad at that. I'm just mad at just the way that people don't. You just need to respect. Or just stay out of the way. Like, just leave me alone. Just leave me alone. Okay. Like, that's basically it. Leave me alone, and don't think. Like, I wasn't mean. I didn't do anything in malice. I didn't do anything. I didn't do nothing wrong to him. I ain't trying to hurt him. I ain't trying to hurt them. Sacrifice myself and did all those things. Leave me alone. Stop that. They don't bother me. Nobody bothers me. Nobody says anything to me. Nobody bothers me. And I appreciate it. I'm just still mad. I'm mad about the fact that it happened. It still bothers me a little bit because it caught people think that people be on the outside looking in and they assume things are what they are. So from the outside looking in, people probably think she made all that money, so the display. She got this, she got that, and I didn't. Right, and this is where the insurance and shit comes into play. What bothers me is that they cost me money that I did not have. That's what bothered me. What bothered me is that I'm just trying to survive out here and make it and do what I need to do. And I'm not out here flossing and all that kind of stuff. And I did nothing to you to warrant that. Yeah, that was one thing. In terms of just, especially when you just call and say something to me, like I never gave anybody the impression that they could not communicate with me. Ever. I ain't never even been nasty to nobody until I had to be. In the midst of all that stuff, in the midst of all that stuff in the book, they don't even be nasty to nobody. And everything was written in me. I think I got mad a couple of times. I got mad when I was in the hospital. Not popping. I got mad. I did. I got mad. I was hurt. She started mad at me. She had every right to be, but I was just so furious. Fucking heat was coming out my head, and that Aries was balling, and I couldn't get that heifer under control. She just was going. I couldn't get her under control. And for the most part, I'd be trying. That's what helped me too. That helped me to learn to regulate myself and not, because you got to be able to control yourself to not react to things. Yeah. You have to. When I was in that bathroom and his kid and his mom came in, it took so much. I just kept sitting there in my mind, and I was like, take their 2 days and bang them together. Because they kids, because their mama was sitting in there like she ain't gonna do nothing. Because who in the hell had they kids? They young kids, young girls talking crap to somebody. You don't even know me. You don't know nothing about me. You don't know what type of person I am. I could hurt your kids. Because you wasn't in front of them to protect them. That's a different story. If you're in front of them and they behind you and they taking up for you, it's a different story. Now I'm thinking different. I'm like, oh shit, I gotta fight mama and these kids. His was in the front and you was in the back. That was crazy. And I was like, and Elise and Aaron were at the house. That's the sad part, because you was too old. One thing about you, I was like, Elise and Aaron at the house. I just could get to my phone. It was across the room. I couldn't get to it. That's the only reason I swear to God. I was like, man, that was a bad one. Okay. I'm still working. That's bad. Auntie Kim was so mad at me. She was like, you better, don't you ever put yourself in a situation and you don't call her. She said, next time I come down here. I said, well, let me just introduce you. She said, I don't need no fucking body. The next time I come down here, I'm fucking everybody up. They don't need to know my fucking name. She was mad at me. She was so mad at me. I was too, but I understood, that they were kids, but I was a young mom. I wasn't trying to yell. I just know, like, how they were taking up for their dad. That's how I felt. They weren't taking up for their dad. I think they was taking up for their dad. Oh, well, yeah, I guess they was. Well, it wasn't even that serious. They came in there, and this is the part that I said. So you wasn't there. I'm sorry. I figured in the book I probably communicated. So what happened was it was done and over with. Me and his daughter, the oldest one, the one that I figured I had a problem with, had a conversation. And I was wrong. I should not have hit him. I didn't hit him, I popped him. And I did say, I said, I apologize. I should not have. I can't, what I'm gonna say? I don't care if I should have fucking popped him. Right? And no matter how, and it was emotions. I was angry because that girl was there. Yeah, and it was like, what the fuck are you mad for? What are you mad for? Because he was pissing me off because he kept playing with me. Yeah. But it ain't his fault. He just trying to figure out who he gonna be around when he gets better. And I don't know what the hell I was doing. I can't even tell you what I was doing because I know damn well ain't no way in the world. And I knew that I was gonna be in a relationship with him. Like what I was gonna do, take care of him for the rest of my life. That was never my train of thought. Ever. But I did think that if he was helped, he would be able to recover. That's what I thought. And I thought that if I wasn't helping him, he wasn't going to be helped. That's what I thought. And I thought he needed a fair chance at recovery. Because he was strong. And I saw it, I watched the stuff go on. And that's what I thought, to be honest with you. So it had nothing to do with me. It was just trying to help. Why he just was like just so ungrateful. Mm. 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 How long did you still hold on to that? He wasn't ungrateful the whole time. But he was, yes, he was. All the way in the house. He was so ungrateful. I wrote, you ain't read the book. But if you did, you wouldn't ask. I'd say all the things he did. From the whole time, I saw everything. I said it in the book. But anywho, I forgot. Be all over the place. Okay, ask me another question. So what advice would you give a first time author that's struggling with writer's block and self-doubt with getting their book out, their story out? If you doubt yourself, you might as well wait until you get the confidence. That's a stumbling block. I don't push my book. You know why? Because every time I read it, I cringe. I don't want to talk about it. I did in the beginning, but when I was hit with the questions, I was like, yeah, I don't talk about it. Like I gotta just admit some things, and then some things that I've learned. So whatever. When you're writing your story, you have to be prepared. You have to be prepared. I was prepared for being called stupid and all that. That didn't bother me. Oh, okay. That didn't bother me. When people, I know it was stupid. It didn't bother me. I just didn't want to talk about it. But it didn't bother me that people said it. Like, I wrote exactly. I wrote the book. All the things that you were thinking, I thought when I was writing it. I didn't want to change it to make it seem like I wasn't stupid. Then it would have been an inaccurate story. Okay. So I had to write it as it happened. All the stupidness, all the dumb decisions, all the girl, I wouldn't have did that. Girl, why you go back? Girl, why you stay? Girl, why you in that girl man face? That ain't even your man. You need to take your ass home. I think I was thinking at that time. Like, what is she doing? But I figured you just wanted to help. You was helpful, so I just mind my business. I got called all kind of stupid. My girlfriends used to talk about me. Yeah, they used to talk about me. They used to be like, "The fuck is wrong with her?" Like, what? I remember. Yeah, no, they talked about me. You know how your girlfriends talk about you. But one of them would come back and be like, "Well, can I ask you a question?" She like really ask. So they all talking, and she gonna go back with the information and they clear it up. No, but they had accurate concerns. Yeah. They was like, "What the hell? Didn't they break up? She broke up with him. She didn't come out. She don't do shit. Like, I didn't do shit." No, you didn't. Your time was the whole year. Yeah. I went out at one time and it was like, I wasn't I had met Troy, so I had to be somewhere in the beginning when I went to, it was all around the same day. Son, 2 times, graduation party, Keanu's birthday party. I don't remember what somewhere. I ain't stay long. I just popped in. The piano was funny. It was all in the city. I was mad at those ladies then. So mad at them. I was in the middle of arguing with them. My relationship with them was shifting. Dealing with him and his shit. I had a lot of shit on me. I was doing a lot of shit. I wanted to, go back into radio and podcasts. What has been your most impactful interview today and why? I don't know about most impactful. I don't think I've had enough interviews for that. I have had interviews where I ended up just really having a lot of respect for the person. Because I got to know them and talk to them and like, okay, so take my number. I'm like, oh, you should see my phone. You see all the numbers in my phone. You should see all the people's in my phone. But that's just like people that I might meet and all of that kind of stuff. So I like that you can forge relationships with people by interviewing them and talking to them about just life. And and just having those conversations where they can be comfortable and just chit chat. Everything don't go into an article or everything don't have to be aired on the interview. Because sometimes it's just not meant to be. And it might not even fit in a space. And everything is just meant to be shared. And I like that about people that I interview. I like that about interviews. So that's kind of really impactful when you can build relationship with people just through having an interview with them.
Okay. So how do you prepare for an interview to make it engaging and authentic? What do you do when you prepare for it?
I like to know the person. So I have to research the person and just maybe listen to interviews they've done. They do videos, listen to videos that they do, listen to their music, read. Just I like to just research, Google. I like to know a person that I'm interviewing. It's hard to interview someone like it. If you talking to, it depends on who the person. Some people talk. Like when I interview Levine and when I interview Eric Dawson, just let them go. It's not my interview. It's not about me. It's about them, right? And like Gandhi, right? You just let them go, and yeah. But that's because they get comfortable with you. There's something you set a tone for them, and you let them know that it's a comfortable space, it's a safe space, it's a non-judgmental space, and then you have a great conversation and a great interview.
Because that's Poochie's place, and it's like being home.
Because we home, we are home, we are. It's like that's why Poochie's place is warm and inviting and friendly.
Yeah, like we just it's family. You start to feel like family after a while. Like when you start to ask to come to the cookouts, listen, keep it at the interviews, please. Keep it at the interviews, please. No, just kidding. Okay. So, what are some topics that you're passionate about when you're that you like to share with your audience between waking up, let's get up with Glam and Poochie Space?
Topics as far as conversation wise, like having conversations with my audience. Just whatever. You know, I don't. I just nothing.
Topics you're passionate about sharing.
Nothing certain. I can't say the word. I had too many drinks. Nothing certain.
So I'll read the topics you're passionate about sharing.
But I don't know. I'm not. There's not like one thing. I'm just gonna be all over the place.
I get that.
I get so bored. Like I can't just be. Like there's not one thing. We can talk about whatever. It depends on what the day is. There are times where, like, I got a whole phone full of stuff. I don't come on go live and all that crap. I mean, that's not crap. I wish I did go live, but I don't go live. I don't know why. But sometimes I be wanting to talk to people. I'm like, I'm gonna get on there, and I'm like, nope, because you're gonna get yourself in trouble. So don't do it. You're gonna get yourself in trouble. I ain't trying to be that person. So I just be quiet. Yeah. I ain't gonna get in trouble. Ain't nobody gonna do nothing to me, But I don't want to just, when you like vent, like you just gotta be careful about how you vent. It could be taken the wrong way. So my times is venting, So I be venting and just writing or whatever I do. So I got a whole. That's how I wrote Till the Break of Dawn.
Okay, yeah, because you say you have notes. You write things down in your notes and.
Yeah.
That's okay.
And it was so easy to write the book. And how'd you write the book so fast? Because I hadn't wrote the book already. The book was being written every day. So,
do you have plans on writing another book based off of Dawn Moon again? Like where you are now or where you see yourself going? So you're just gonna stick with writing for other people and your podcast and the radio show.
I think, I don't know. I really don't want to
do another book. I think you should do another book because you have grown a lot since the first one. You have done a lot since the first one. You have so many roles. Talented. You're smart. I'm not saying like you're like, you're smart and you're knowledgeable. And I believe you're knowledgeable because you do, research things, when you're asked. Because I'm question I can call you like, Mom, how do I save the world? You're not gonna be like, well, like, hold on, this is what you do. You're gonna be like, what is that? I got to save the world. But you are, knowledgeable in things. And I think you really have it in you to write another book about doing Monique Edmond.
Yeah, but that's like a lot of different. It's so much of, to me, the way I kind of deliver the story and the message, kind of like the way I learned it. I can't give you a whole different lesson, right? In order for me to do that, you got to be transparent with things. I just don't have the time for that. Because then again, and all the lessons involve other people. So it's not like you just telling your story. I mean, I got lessons I learned on my own, but I got a lot of other lessons I learned from dealing with people. And then you got to put other people into your story. And it doesn't mean that just because you learned the lesson that made them a bad person. It doesn't mean that they did something bad. Don't mean that. But still, you got to put them in your story. And you got to be cognizant of that because a lot of people don't want to be. A guy was trying to talk to me, and I think he was behaving a certain way because he thought I would write about him. Because he even said that. Oh, put me in one of your books. And I was like, nigga, I don't think I write about you. What? I said a couple of times. Like, I don't write about you.
Put me. No, you were a chapter that would not be written. So.
It's not necessarily in a bad way, but like calm down. I ain't writing about you.
No, thank you. I'll pass. That's what I do. Like I write about you when I get over this writer's block.
Yeah, people think that they'll be in your book and you'll talk about them. And that's not gonna. I don't do that anyway.
So speaking about, changing the subject. Your mom, right? So what values do you hope your children take away by watching you navigate all these roles?
I'll tell you, but how about you as my daughter? Tell me what values have you taken away from me?
Oh, I've taken what I've learned thus far. I've learned to work on my time management. I've learned about word everything, right? I feel like I'm gonna word it right.
Say it the way you feel. So you don't have to word it right. This is your lesson. You try to change the word and you might even change what you mean. Talking to
being self-aware and being aware of my surroundings, of how I put myself out. I have to really. I never really. I don't want to say cared about how I put myself out. I just didn't care what people thought about it. So I'm learning to care more because that carries me through life. What I put out into the world, to the internet, any room I walk in, is how I am as a person. I took that away. Mothering, parenting. I'm definitely learning how to parent because I had kids. I kept them alive. I fed them, kept them alive, made sure they went to the doctor. But I'm being honest. I don't think I parent right. So I'm learning that now. I'm definitely learning that now. I'm learning my flaws.
Well, I don't, you're not me when it comes to parenting. I know that I'm always telling you, you should do this, you should do that. And I shouldn't tell you what you should do with your kids. So I'm just basically giving you advice. So one of the things, I want you to be a great parent, which is one of the things that I want for both of you guys, is just to be great parents, to raise some good. I tell you about your son. You're raising somebody's husband. That's what you're raising somebody's husband. You raising a man, right? So you want somebody to marry your son and get him out your hair. You don't want your son to be in your hair all your life. Or just, he ain't got to marry nobody, but get your ass out of here. Because that's what he's supposed to do as your son, as a man. And that's all I tell you to do. Just remember that you're doing that. Now, how you choose to get that done, that's no problem, right? That's it. But that's what you got to think about all the time when you're dealing with with your son, your young man. He needs to be able to deal with somebody else's daughter later. Yeah. And he needs to be able to face this world. Both of them. That's it. I can't tell you how to do it. I could give you some advice. But okay, that's one of the things I want you guys to learn. So I'm glad that you have picked those up. I'm glad that we're in a space where you can right now. Because I understand the assignment. There's assignments to everything. So when we understand the assignment, we get the lesson and we go on about our business. Right? Don't keep staying back. We ain't got time for that shit. We got to get the lesson and move on. You know, ain't nothing wrong with sometimes you get to skip a grade now. Yeah. We ain't trying to go back. All right, we ain't trying to stay stuck. Yeah. Okay. So that's one of the things. And just a great work ethic. Yes, that's it. We don't want to work so hard. I wish that you guys didn't have to work so hard. I wish that you find somebody's son, somebody's man child who can ease your burdens, because that's what a man does for a woman, that he chooses, right? And that's the kind of man that you need to be raising in your son. A man does that for a woman that he chooses. And I want you and your sister to be able to experience that. And I hope that we all go falling down everything, but I'm hoping that I'm at least, if I ain't damn it living it by example, obviously, because I'm single. I don't communicate the message to you. Man ain't paying for nothing. But don't be like your mama. But you said that, right? Excuse me. But I have witnessed men show up in that way. It may not have been like maybe a consistent thing, but I have witnessed men show up in that way for you. Oh, of course you have. Right. So like I told a last relationship that they reminded me of my dad and my stepdad because in the beginning, the way they showed up, it reminded me of those things. Like, oh, I've seen this before. That's why I seen it. Because I've seen my stepdad do it. I've seen my father do it. I've seen them, even though y'all not together now. I never said that little man ever showed up for me. I didn't say that. I didn't say that. I don't have to say that they did in order to say that that's what I want for you. This ain't got nothing to do with me. I know who show up for me. I don't make them good. That don't mean that just because they showed up for me in the way that you saw that they was good men. Obviously, we getting in a relationship, so there was some other little things going on here. That just means that's one aspect of it. So well, okay, yeah, great. You take that part. Yes, I know. And then you apply it to life. Taking with that. At least you have that part, and that's one of the things that I want for you guys. And then I want you guys to just be proud. You got to be proud of yourselves. You got to be able to represent yourselves. You got to be kind. You got to be candid. You got to be considerate. And you gotta be honorable. Like you gotta be all these things. All these things is what I want for you guys. That's what I want for you. So that's why I try to show up for you in the way that I do. Especially even outside. You don't be hearing crazy stuff about your mama in those streets. I might be crazy here. But what are some things your children have taught you that changed how you view your work and your purpose? When I watch you, I said this to you once. I was like, I don't know where you get all this shit that you do for these kids because I ain't do all that shit. Like I don't recall being able to do those things. I mean, I like that you do those things. Like I just wasn't that type of mother that you are. That's where I got it from. I never was a mom, right? I don't recall doing all that stuff. You get it from somewhere. I just 22 had a kid. I'm not gonna pop out and be, a good mom. I don't recall. I got it from you. I watched you. All I know I did was make sure y'all had dinner and y'all sat y'all asses down. I do. I made sure they have dinner. You take them places. Y'all go places. You took me places. Yes, you did. You just went with me. When you was young, we used to I used to you used to be with me all the time. That's wrong. But you was so they just be with me all the time. I don't take them places. They just be with me all the time, people. That's true. Okay. So I did do that. But I think after a while, I know that I didn't. After a while, I just remember like I wasn't an amusement type girl. I don't go to the amusement parks. I don't want to be around a whole bunch of kids. I did that with Auntie Kim. She take out trick or treating.
Yeah, you never did that.
No, I think I took you once. I was mad. I had to take you. I was like, fuck.
You made me take your lease.
Yeah, that's when the lease was born.
You made me take your
And it
lease.
was around Man to Drive. And I had to, because Auntie Kim, was she not going that year or something? Or was it she didn't start yet? And then I probably told her about that, and she was like, "Oh, I'll come get him." And then she started taking y'all ever since.
Yeah, she started taking us ever since.
Yeah, so I think I told her about that because I was like, I had to come take a treat. I took y'all to take a
yeah, I had to take you trick or treat. I can say I was.
Yeah, but you take your kids.
Yeah.
I think I did none of that fun stuff.
That's what I like that because low key I like trick or treating. I went with my aunt. Like, I like trick or treating. So
you know what? I didn't do none of that stuff.
You just like the candy.
Y'all don't eat the candy.
Y'all
never ate the candy.
You like the candy.
But I used to make y'all baskets though. I used to make nice Easter baskets. I would have candy for y'all. I did that kind of stuff.
That's what
I wasn't that bad. I remember I did that. I don't know because I be seeing you. I'm like, Dad, I don't remember doing all that stuff, but I think I did.
That's what we get.
I'm forgetting all that stuff.
That's what we get it.
Okay. So, but I watched that. I admired that about you. And I like that you're able to deal with people. So I learned a lot from you about your work that you do. How you interact. And I've learned a lot from you about that. When I talk to you, yeah. Okay, I'm right, Dominique. I think you did a good job. But you still got work to do the other part. But God, that part. That's like the best part to have. Excuse me, is being able to master. You got to be able to master something because then you go from a regular job to having a career.
And I think when I come home and I tell you these stories or we're talking or whatever, and you're giving me advice, like I know I pick and choose the stories I want to tell because I know the advice and what I plan to do with that advice when I get back to work. And thus far, like you are really helping me keep my job. You are, because normally I used to have this personality like I came from a family with money. I shit golden eggs, right? And I'll be at work like, fuck this job, do what you want to do. I could be out, whatever. But I've learned a lot.
I'm glad you did. Life
taught me. But you being in the position you are at work now and coming back and telling me stories, I kind of can like compute that with my job and how I should move in my job. If it does not apply, let's fly, right? And I know how to maneuver through work now. Not everybody's your friend. I kind of feel like it's life. We're gonna make friends based off your personality, right? Somebody, even though we work together, somebody might just like how I am as a person, and a friendship happens.
Why is friendship so important at work?
It's not important. I just need to be able to get along with my coworker because in a job to work with my coworker, because a job such as what I do, you have to be able to get along because that is a very
you have to be able to get your job done.
Yeah,
getting the job done sometimes means taking out personal emotions has nothing to do with when you punch in somebody's clock. If you want to be led with your emotions, go get your own business running the way you run it. But you can't punch somebody's clock and then just be all emotional and all over the place and then want to argue. Don't want to follow directions when you ain't doing it. You just can't be emotional.
I used to be like that. I swear I used to be like that literally up until I got to this job. Sad to say, I really used to be like that. I'm gonna get a therapist. Don't rush me. I used to be like that until I got to this job.
And I'm glad that you ain't like that no more.
Yeah,
I'm glad that you're here so you get to learn a couple of lessons on how to do like. Because I didn't know you was like that. Yeah. But it wasn't my business because I'm gonna work with you. So I'm glad that you have learned that. So I guess you learned something from me.
I did.
I'm glad a lot. And what I learned from your sister, y'all so different.
Scorpios.
Yeah, which is bugging me. I know. I'm like, they completely different Scorpios, but October and November.
What set me out?
it bugs me out because you guys got some similarities, a couple, but not too. Y'all just really. It's kind of fun.
I have a lot of things holding me back from being
Look
like
at the age.
I think it's the age, it's the fact that I'm a mom, and fear on my part of, and I believe I told you before, like bridges and stuff like that. Like I don't like to be mean. I
It
can't
ain't
be
about being mean.
But
But
no,
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 burn the bridge down.
it don't
She'll leave a whole
care.
country stuck on that side. She will burn it down. I don't know how y'all getting to work, but y'all ain't crossing this bridge. She don't give a damn.
She don't. And
Y'all different in that.
yeah.
But what I learned from her is to let y'all do your own thing and stop trying to tell y'all what to do.
Micromanage.
Yeah, she's like, you gotta like she just said about herself, like you can't this is what you want, for yourself. But you can't want that for me. I get to choose what I want for me.
She says it, I feel it.
Yeah, but
So
it's not the saying it, the saying it is not the part that makes me say, this is what I learned. Because you can say whatever you want all day long. She can tell me that 10 times. It's the proving it. It's the walking in it. That's the part. Because you can say whatever you want to say. When you start walking in it, and walking in it means you walking this way and you go further away from me. That's the walking in it. Shit, leave me alone. I'm okay on this island by myself. That's the walking. That's the walking. When y'all go that way, and then I could come and say, hey, what y'all doing? Nothing, you coming over? Okay, I'm coming. And then I could go this way. So we could just go meet somewhere over there and chill out. So that's the walking in it, and she has she's learned me something. So in that aspect she sure has. So I learned a lot, but I'm still I'm a mama, so I got my eye, I ain't I'm a mother, I ain't stupid. We mothers.
Yeah.
We're gonna mother.
That's the reason I tell somebody I had eyes in the back of my head because I'm a mom.
Yeah.
So after I had my kid, the doctor turned me around and placed eyes in the back of my head. And I see everything. And it was like, but you can't see them. It was placed so you couldn't see them. But personal reflection. What do you think about your legacy, and what do you hope people remember most about you?
When I think of legacy, I think about you and Elise and my grandkids, and I'm sad that social media didn't exist when my mother was alive. That makes me sad. What makes me sad is that that's because I probably had pictures or memories or something, right? Because it has nothing to do with social media. I had pictures of it. I had none. I think I have like 3 pictures of my mom and my Enid Books Corp logo that head came off of one of the photos. I don't have a lot of photos of her. And there's not, you can't Google her. It makes me sad because I know that when I look at social media now and I see like things people do, I always think about my mom. She would have been a great baker. She would have been baking. She just would have been baking all the cakes that they make. And she would have been making those cakes. I know she would have. Cooking. She would have just been cooking up a stuff because she did it. Already, she did the best. Everybody wanted to come to our house, right? So she did it. So I know that these things she would have been doing, and she would have been doing a great job. And it would have created a footprint. And you guys could have said, oh, that's not good. So I'm creating a footprint so that my grandson and their kids can say, you think who for what? But I know it's not the end. That was a great drink for him.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what it wasn't like that at first. I didn't really think that way. I thought about y'all because I always say like, I ain't anything. When I die, maybe somebody will buy a couple of books and shit. Y'all have some. One thing you ain't gonna erase: footprint, confidence, will.
Okay. All right. So what's up next for you? And how can we support your vision?
I think I'm just trying to do something with Poochie's Place. I like Poochie's Place. Yeah, I want to like do things with Poochie's Place. I don't know what in the magazine, and I say that because like the magazine is a different ball game because it's a business, like legit business. So that we in it. But other than that, with Poochie's Place, I just want to do the interview. I got a lot of people that I asked to interview. I'll be asking people. I think y'all know this. I don't know why y'all know this. I don't know what's wrong, but whatever. I ask people because I want to be able to interview people that I know who are doing things that I see. I don't have to see them. I could see that they have a footprint. And talk to them, and even when opportunity to even have a bigger footprint because it helps. You know?
Yeah.
It does. It ain't gonna hurt. It's fun.
It is fun. Poochie's Place has really opened me up. It has. Because I never like talking in front of people. So the thought of even sitting in front of the camera, it should be easy because you're sitting in front of the camera. But after you upload this video, there's going to be 1,001 eyes on you when people see this. Right? So that's going to be a lot of judgment. But now, I don't care.
We should.
I mean, I can't, but
be
it's
looking
not
crazy on the video because I was so busy trying to get everything together. I'm like, I don't have time to be doing my hair. I don't have time. I gotta do my hair. I gotta change my clothes. I gotta get the camera together. I gotta get the sound together. I gotta make sure the scenery's right. I gotta test it. Then I gotta get ready for the guests to come on. I gotta put the food out. Then I gotta. It's like so much, and it's just me and I have you, but it's just a lot. But we still gotta care, right? We gotta care. So I can't. I will misstep and say I don't care, but I'm not gonna let you say you don't care because we should care. Okay. Yeah. So now I mean I gotta start caring because I wouldn't damn care because I obviously did, but I'm not gonna tell you not to care because I know I understand that we should care. So we'll do better. We'll do that.
But we're gonna take a break because we're gonna come back and I see the Jenga in front of us. I know you guys see the Jenga in front of us. So we're going to get into a little Jenga. She's going to teach me how to play Jenga because I do not know how to play Jenga.
Not at all.
To save my life. So we're going to learn. I'm going to learn how to play Jenga when we come back from this break. Poochie's Place.
Why is this camera moving from here to me? My name is Dawn Monique Edmond, and I am the CEO of Enid Books Corp, a publishing company. At Enid Books Corp, we do ghostwriting, editing, formatting, publishing, and all you need to bring your work to fruition. I formed Enid Books Corp when I first published my book Till the Break of Dawn. Enid Books Corp was named after my mother, Enid Winifred Edmond. My mother passed away when I was 23 years old, so I named my publishing company after her to honor her. I now have 9 published books. I'm working on 2 more to publish. Most of the questions I get as a publisher is, where do I start? I want to write this book, it's in my head, I don't know where to begin. And my answer is to just begin. You know, there's no right way or no set time to start. You write based on whatever it is, whatever incident or event that comes to mind is what you write down. My job is to bring your story to life. My job is to write your story so that when you hear it, it's like you're reliving the event. I have a great lineup of people that I work for, and they're all out here doing great things on their own. They're great people. They're contributing to society. They make me proud, and I hope that I made them proud. And I hope that they're proud of the work that we've done together. If you're interested in writing a book, again, I suggest that you just get started. And the first step is giving me a call. You can reach out to me at Enid Books Corp. The information you'll see below. Contact me. We'll talk. I can tell you where to begin. You can review my social media pages, my website, my email address, enidbookscorp@yahoo.com. Send me some of your writing. Even if I don't publish for you, I'll be glad to talk to you, to assist you, and to guide you in the right direction. I think we all have a story inside. The difference between me and you is that I told mine. I wrote it down. I took the first step. So that's all you have to do is just take the first step.
Welcome back. It's your girl Mo and Dawn Monique. She's my guest, y'all. She's not the co-host today. So we're gonna get into some Jenga. We're gonna let the guest go first. All right, I gotta teach her how to play Jenga, guys. Because she does not know how to play. And if you go back and watch her interview with Gandhi, you'll see that she was just all over the damn place. Oh, she made me look bad, y'all. So I got to teach her how to play. And we're going to play the question thing. So get a number. Whoever gets the number, on the bottom of the block gets to pull a question. Okay. So while we pulling questions, I'm going to teach you how to play. Okay. So first of all, just look for a block that's simple. So you can tap the block. If it moves, then that means that, that's how you start at least, right? If it moves, that means that you've got a block that could come out. Okay. And then you just pull it out. That's how you start off first. Oh, I got a number. Okay. Hello, everybody. Please don't let these questions be crazy. It's going to be crazy, God. Do you have any advice for young men? Do you have any advice for young men and women who are still figuring things out when it comes to love, relationships, and even self-worth? What do you wish someone told you at that age? But I don't know what age that is. Young. So around my age. Oh, Elisa's age. So I'm 37. And she'll be 27. My advice is don't stay in the wrong place too long. That's all my advice is. Mm-hmm. It's like, don't sit in a space that you know you don't want to be in, that you know ain't going nowhere for too long. It's okay to find, experiment, explore, have fun, be careful, be protected. But as soon as something don't feel good, let it go. Okay. What does being a grandmother mean to you? Always say I can't stand kids. I love my grandkids. I don't know. I'm just a grandmother. I mean, I'm glad that I'm alive, and I'm glad that I get to see my grandkids, and I pray that I get to see however many I end up having. That's about it. I'll be okay if this is about it. I'm glad you are. No, but I do want a granddaughter. I want a granddaughter. I can have as many grandkids as you guys can have, as long as you guys are having them under good circumstances. Not in a struggle. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I don't care about having grandkids. We can have all the grandkids we want as long as you can afford them. Mm-hmm. Y'all can afford them. Yeah. And y'all got partners, some husband to help you. And that's it. That's all I want. All right. Is my turn? Yeah, that's it. Okay. Let's see. I should have been I gotta learn how to talk and play. Talk and play. Number 3. Yeah, we got 3 numbers in a row. Okay, let's see. Okay. What do you say to people who feel like it's too late for love or success? It ain't too late because I don't have neither one. I'm still working on it. It's possible. How old am I? 57? Yeah. No, you're not 57. You're 56. I'm no
57.
You 56. You had a 50. Your 45th birthday was last year.
This was my 50th.
Your 50. That was
55.
no.
This was 20. Oh, I'm 56.
You're 56.
Oh man, I'm 56. Dang, I'm 56. I'm aging myself. Let me sit my child. It's in my belly ago. I'm older. I'm putting another year on myself. Don't. I wonder how many people I told I was 57. Who goes it, huh?
Yeah, sure does.
How many people I done told I was 57? And the worst part is some people's like, I don't care. What you trying to say? That's what's got numbers. Why am I all excited because I got a number? Another one of these scary ass questions. Oh, these questions is all about what's the biggest lesson you want your grandkids to learn from your life? I don't want them to have to learn no lessons from my life. Yeah, I don't want them to have to learn. I don't want to be making mistakes so they have to learn from some shit I do. Not well in a good way. And some good lessons. Some good lessons is to work hard.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it's always find a way. There's always a way. Right? Create a way. Just work hard. And number 4. Number work hard. I want them to learn that, but I want them to do that. Not everybody. Every time they think about being lazy, you guys tell they do it. Work hard. You have to work hard. Work hard. I'm here going to work every day. You going through the snow.
Okay. That's what they gonna be like.
What about those in your age bracket, grown men and women still navigating life, relationships, healing, or even discovering themselves? What wisdom would you offer them? I am not wise enough to offer them any wisdom. Which one of these am I doing? I'm still navigating life. Not doing a relationship. I'm not healing because I'm not hurt. Rediscovering myself. I guess so because now I'm older. I gotta trying to trying to see. This is crazy. I thought about this. Thought about this recently. I'm like, God, I gotta navigate through a relationship as a. I thought I was 57. As a 57-year-old, this is a little different. It's a little different. I don't know what it's gonna be like. But that's the thing. I'm like, how's this gonna be? Like, I don't know how that's gonna look, right? How is that gonna look? Like, what is it expected to look like? What does a older man, because I'm, messing with somebody my age, expect from his woman? Because it's different than when you're younger. It's different. Like,
I never thought of that. I just thought like, I mean, it's dating. I didn't think of, what it would be at this age.
yeah, like for me, I think like is he cooking something? I hope he clean.
Is he gonna take out the garbage?
No, he gonna take out the garbage. Oh, he gonna take out. I don't even talk about whether he gonna take out the garbage.
I don't know nowadays.
He gonna take out a man. Those are things that men are necessarily gonna do. But some things, like some men want you cooking for them every day, right? Some men just want certain behaviors from women. No, I don't know what that look like. It's not that I don't want to, but I don't want to all the time. Like I don't want to all the time. I want somebody to make me something. So yeah, my advice to people is like, get what you want. You can't be old and settling. People think because they old they gotta settle. People think because they gotta settle for that. They don't have this, they gotta settle for that. Settling is the worst thing you can do. Settling is the worst thing you can do because you're gonna keep looking for and keep craving that thing that you want, and you're gonna go find it, or you're gonna have a wandering out looking at it, or looking for it, or you're gonna be seeking it in somebody else and having, oh, she just went out. Oh, always wanted somebody like her, but I married her. It's the easiest thing is to find a God. So it's not about the struggle of finding a God. easy to find about it, but you don't have to keep everything that you find.
Yeah, I was about to say that because I mean, it's easy to find a guy.
Keep everything that you find. It's hard. It's just as easy as it is. It's hard. Like I got a hard time finding a guy. I can't get a date. But when I get one, if I don't like them, I ain't going out with them again. I ain't holding on to them. What I'm holding on to them for? Like, when we staying stuck in spaces that we know we ain't gonna be in. It's like you go fishing just because you catch a fish. It ain't the right weight. With the look. That's why they go. Throw it back in there. Some stuff you gotta put back. Yeah, take a picture. I caught a fish. Look at this. And throw that shit right back. Something you gotta go through life. All right. What does it mean to rediscover yourself in your 30s, 40s, or beyond? When you were 30. What we just did. But from each stage? Yeah. 30s, 40s, and beyond. So now it's like done every stage. At 30, I got married at 29. Oh, I had at least at 29. You got married early. I got married like in my 30s. I had at least when I was 29. I got married when she was 9. I was like in my late 30s. What the hell? Oh, yeah, late 30s, yeah. Because I think right after you got married, you had the 40th Mardi Gras. Yeah. I was thinking I need to get married because my ass is getting old. But yeah, I got married. It's a great experience being married. Mm-hmm. You know, I appreciate that. Wait, let me put this up. This how you get. Oh, this is where I teach you how to play because you about to bug out. Okay. No. Okay, so tell me what you was about to do before you do it. Don't touch it. So I let me see which one. No, if you take that one, look on the end. You're just about to take this one, right? Mm-hmm. If you take this one, nothing's supporting this, and all this is gonna come. It's gonna fold in. It has nothing to support it. It needs to be supported either in the middle or two on the end, one or the other. So I think. But I appreciate being married. I appreciate that I had a nice wedding. I appreciate that I married a man who financially took care of me, who thought I was worthy of being taken care of. There was good things about my marriage. There was good things. There were bad things, but we ain't talk about that. So I just wouldn't not be in a marriage. So it was a great experience. And I never wanted to be married. So to find a man that was like, I want to marry you. I'm like, really, man? Me? Well, it wasn't like that, but still, it was. I was upset it didn't work. I know what's going on. I don't know what's going on. It shouldn't have worked. Too. But well, in my 40s, this is the first time I ever really been like single. Because I went right into another relationship. Oh no, not really. I was single for a minute. I didn't go right into a relationship. I didn't have nobody then. When we moved on. Yeah, I ended up dating. Some people you see me go out on a date with, those don't count. I know those don't count. Yeah, don't even think about those people. Yeah, I know those don't count. You didn't even see them. They ain't come. I know those. I know those don't count already. But yeah, I was single for a minute. Yeah, I just dated. You are. Yeah. Then I ended up dating. Then I ended up dating Troy for more years, which was a whole other fiasco. I just can't get it right. And that's why I say, and no offense to them, because they got nothing to do with them. It didn't work. But that's why I say, don't stay in a place too long. That's the thing. Those are years. Like I might not never get to see a 10-year wedding anniversary. I mean, I might not. I might not get a year because I might not get married again. But those are years taken off of my usefulness. I'm an old sister. What are the emotional dangers of staying in a relationship out of comfort or fear? Out of comfort. I was never comfortable in my relationship with my husband. I was never fearful either. Well, I ain't gonna say I wasn't fearful. I wasn't fearful. But what I'm thinking is like fearful to leave. Okay. I think that's what I asked. Like, yeah, no, I wasn't like, oh, I'm staying. If I don't leave, something gonna happen to me. No, I don't mean to mock nobody, but I'm just saying that's not what I was thinking. Fearful in it, just the going on in it was a little different. Again, I think people need to take steps necessary to get out of relationships that first anything that makes you fearful. Mhm. Anything that makes you being uncomfortable and being fearful is two different things. Sometimes we uncomfortable just for a second until we can get our bearings together. Because I wasn't uncomfortable in my marriage until I was uncomfortable. But when I was uncomfortable, I was on my way out. Mhm. I'm like, okay, now I'm not this ain't gonna work for me at all. That's how you live a life like that. Yeah. That's no way to live your life, especially when you have control, even when you don't. Because when we left, we had nothing. How did you feel about that? Do you feel about that? We left twice from the interview.
I was annoyed because I'm like, I think when you left the first time, you should have stayed away. That's why I wasn't excited about the engagement. I really felt like, why the hell? Like, what is it? Like you felt with helping. Like, why am I? What is it that you want to go back? Like, I don't get it because of what I witnessed or whatever. It was just like, mm-mm.
So did you think about the fact that you still went to school up there?
Mm-hmm. See, when I thought about that, that was me. That was like I have friends now. We moved back up here. I have friends now. I didn't want to leave my friends. I didn't want to go to another school and start this crap all over again, just like being in a relationship. I don't gotta go to another school. Like, hi, my name is Thomas. No, I want to keep who I know. But that started something bad too, because that started my fear of letting go. So
What? That you stayed up there?
that I stayed in that school and didn't.
Okay, so the fact that
It didn't start a fear, but
okay, but I made sacrifices in order for you to be able to do that.
mm-hmm.
In order for you to be able to still commute back and forth up there with his address, stay at his place,
Mm-hmm.
and still go to school.
Mm-hmm. I was young. I didn't think about that. I just thought
You still did. Like you still did.
I
You
just
still didn't.
I didn't. I really did think about the sacrifices, and I apologize for that, sister. I didn't really. And I apologize for that. So that okay, we learn things. Since his birthday, why are you still around now? Okay. Okay. I didn't think about that. And I apologize, but thank you.
Yeah, you welcome.
Thank you.
You come.
Yeah, I got two. What advice do you have for young men and women about love and relationships?
Yeah, get another one.
Yeah.
Around. Why are you giving people advice about relationships when I'm
Okay. How do you support your children on their parenting journey without overstepping?
I think I only overstep sometimes. I don't try to overstep. Yo, I talk to you. I don't talk to
I'm the only one with you.
yeah, but I'm saying I don't tell your kids what to do. That's overstepping. I think overstepping is for me to be telling your kid what to do, and I don't do that. And I told your son when y'all came here. I said, let me tell you something. I said, I'm not your mother. I ain't trying to mother you. I said, but your mother's my daughter, and I'm gonna mother her. So
I think that's why he was trying to tell him too.
no, mothering you is how I mothered him. And that hurt because I'd say to you, your son did X, Y, and Z, and then you go and you get your son. So and you do exactly what he's saying it needs to be done.
But then I think he confused that as well as he can tell you things.
I don't tell you nothing he talks to me about.
And like he's telling on me. I know that. But it's like it's telling on me. Like he does that with my dad.
Care about that?
He does that with my dad and my stepdad.
So just so you'll know for future references, so you won't be like thinking your son tell. First of all, your son doesn't really tell your business. He doesn't. That's the first thing. But if he wanna he might ask for something or what he does not tell you. He's very protective of you. I don't know what he did with your dad, but he doesn't tell your business to me. He doesn't even like when I'm talking to you. If I get angry with you or something, he'll come and interrupt the conversation. He don't even say excuse me. I don't say nothing. I let him go because I know that's his way of protecting his mom. I let him get that. I don't punch him in the throat. Don't tell the fuck out. I don't. Like I didn't see that he did it. I let him go ahead and get that. I was like, oh, he's trying to protect his mom. I shouldn't be raising my voice. I'm talking to you anyway in front of your kid. Those are your kids. That's why I don't really do it. I try to only if I'm mad. Only if I'm mad, and that's because I just don't think. But other than that, I'll be like, listen, you better get your kid, or I text you, get your son. I don't come there like, yes, tell me. I don't do that. That's somebody into my mad.
You don't. You don't. You're not the parent. It used to be my dad, but my dad would do it in like, I can't say a roundabout way. It would be like, stop. Well, he your son, but he my grandson. I'm a grandparent. So I parent too. Stop. And I'll be like, huh? Then I had to have a conversation with him, and I think he got it. So in future situations, it'll be, that's your kid, but let me just give you some advice. Like let me just give you some advice. Or my stepfather is just, if you throwing the glasses up. Don't have my grip. Don't have my son. You talk about do what? Excuse me, sir. He still doesn't get it. He's struggling, and he likes that.
No, I get it. I don't do it. Is it my God? Yeah. I get it. I don't do it. Not my place to tell you how to raise your kids. I should have been doing. We should have been doing it if I was talking. We got to learn how to talk and play the game. Talk and play the game. Oh, you got it. I hope it ain't another relationship. Everything relationship. I'm starting this.
What's your take on friendships in today's world? How do you define a real friendship, and has that and how? Excuse me, and has that definition changed? Excuse me. How did that definition change for you over time?
I prefer to call a person a confidant.
Not even an acquaintance, just like.
Well, acquaintance is different than a friend. So I'm trying to make it like in the same realm as a friend. So a confidant is someone that I would have conversations with. I would like to talk to people that I can't talk to. Like I can't talk to you if I can't talk to you. I can't think about everything I'm saying when I talk to you. I can't worry about whether or not you're gonna misinterpret what I say or I just don't have time for that.
Emotionally, yeah.
I wanna not even that like tell my business or just make a lot like I just don't want to do that. So I'm particular with who I talk to, who I hold conversations, who I hold space with. And that's not even including who I interview, which is important. You know, and that's why when I say the interviews are important because it becomes a really relaxed thing when you just have a conversation. But some people that I talk to, I create I don't want to call it a friendship, but
A connection.
a connection. So I have people that, you know, I confide in, you know, or I could just not necessarily confide in, have conversations with comfortably, without fear, and I get advice from them. But that doesn't make them my friend.
Okay. Okay.
You have friends?
No, I don't have a lot of friends. I have my best friend, Mimi, and then I have Shonda. But other than that, I have like acquaintance.
Do you think friendships are important?
Yes. Because I think you need that person you can call and vent to, that person you can call and get advice from. As long as it's a two-way street, you know, like
Friendship ain't always a two-way street. You mean where that you can call?
Yeah, that you can call. Like they can call me, I can call them. Someone that's not envious of you, someone who actually wants to see you thrive, in your goals, whether they're helping you or just encouraging you, someone you can call for some good advice, you know, that's not going to stir you in the wrong direction. Because not everybody is like that. Like not everybody has someone they can call. You know, so having a friend is important to me in life.
I'll take that into consideration when I think about go.
Yeah.
Go, no number. We've been playing. Look at you over here. You ain't looking fall yet. Look at you.
But I'm getting nervous.
I'm gonna have to get serious on you now. I have to make it a little difficult.
Oh, got a number. 7. What's your views on jealousy or competition in friendships?
Anybody who's a friend doesn't compete with you. If it's a healthy competition about something,
weight loss challenge.
Yeah, it's a healthy competition, but friends don't compete with one another. And I don't think jealousy is. Yeah, how could you get jealous of a friend? Like, why would you be jealous of something that your friend? You know, I mean, you could be in a space where you can think like you and your friend could be doing the same shit, but your friend could just be more talented and can, or can have an opportunity or whatever they have. So like, what's from your friend is from your friend. Don't be jealous of that. So that's we have to be careful about this friend movement. All right, I got a number 5. Let's change. Let's change the subject. All right, we got anything in here that's nothing else. What are some red flags you've learned not to ignore? I learned not to ignore rage. I've learned not to ignore jealousy. I've learned not to ignore my gut. It's signs. I've learned not to ignore things. You can go up. You just can't go. You can't go past the first finished row. That which is here. Okay. I think we can. We can stop. It's okay. Okay. Well, we're gonna do one for the road, then we're gonna end this. So we're gonna be playing Jenga all night long. It was fun, Dominique.
Thank you.
Mo.
Thank you for allowing me to interview you and get all up in business.
You know what? This might be it for me. You're welcome. I appreciate the interview. I know I talk too much. I can't help myself. I got the chance to talk, y'all. What do your grandkids teach you about love or patience? My grandkids try my patience. But I'm patient with them. I learned to be patient with them because they my grandkids. They my grandkids. So I gotta be patient with them. They're my grandkids. And I love them. Even though I don't have no patience. Yeah. I get patience with them though. I got patience with Legend. I got patience with Demetria. You don't know how much they be on my nerves. They be in my room. They be playing on my bed and shit. I'm like, no. I be saying to myself, yeah. Give them 5 minutes, then kick them out. Don't just kick them out. I talk myself through that. Because they be jumping and loud and dog jumping. I'm like, yo, get out. But I love them. So I let them stay for 5 minutes.
Ooh, I know the feeling.
They're your kids, though. You got to feel that feeling. Ain't mine.
I do. But thank you for watching. Thanks for saying that I interview my mom. Like, I got to interview my mom. I'm like so excited about this. Run it up, guys. Run it up. Until next time. Poochie, please.